Hello, traders. I hope you're going extremely well. Let me remove this away and hopefully normally we've got me on the screen. That's it. Perfect. Hi, guys. I hope you're going extremely well. My name's David and welcome back to the channel where we're going through profitable trading strategies. Today, I'm going to be joined by the wonderful Vlad all the way from Romania. Hi, Vlad. How you going, mate?
Very good. Yourself?
Very, very well. And William. Hello, William. How are you going?
Hi, guys.
I'm going to move this over to the screen because it looks like I'm looking elsewhere. There we go. Hi, how's everybody going? Good to see you all. Right, let me pull up the chat and we'll start the stream. Today we're going to be going through the best settings of DaviddTech, the elite backtesters, as we do every week on a Tuesday at exactly the same time as today. And we're going to be going through how to set up bots using the new platform, which is DaviddTech. So, first of all, hi, Tom. Hi, Ham. How are you both going? Yeah, if you're all about, say hello in the chat and we'll give you a little bit of a shout out. And I'm going to go through very, very quickly the things like the disclaimer and all of that good stuff that we normally have to do before starting the chats. Tarek, how are you going, mate? Nice to see you. Right, off we go. So, where are you guys all coming from today? We're over 25 already in the stream, so let's get this thing rolling. Okay, my mouse, there we go. Welcome to everybody. Hope you're all going well. Don't know why, but the slides wouldn't change, but here we go. So, first of all, as I said, we're going to be joined with Vlad and William today. Vlad's going to take the mic in a couple of minutes to go through all of the best settings. And then I'll be going through how to connect all of these settings on bots. First of all, very quickly, a disclaimer. As always, we're just geeks trying to debunk the market and trying to find profitable trading strategies. But obviously, the way that you trade can only be down to you guys. We're not in the slightest financial advisors. These are just bots that we're back testing and forward testing. We're trying to be as transparent as possible, but nothing is guaranteed. Everything is historical data, even though it's forward tested and traded on live markets. It still is considered as historical data because it was like half an hour ago, a day ago, whatever. Okay. Also, there's a lot of scammers out there at the moment. Haven't heard as much, but yesterday some guy come into Discord and was bombarded by 15 fake Davids. So please be very, very careful of the fake Davids, especially on things like Discord and Facebook. Best idea is I will never ask for any like funding towards crypto projects or anything like that. The only way you can get part of DaviddTech is through the official websites david.tech or patreon.com/DaviddTech. If you have any questions, love to hear the questions, guys. Find out what's going right, what's going wrong, anything we can help you with in your algo trading journey. Drop them down in the chat on the side there. And we'll try to answer them throughout the chat. So if you have any questions about algo trading, how to set up bots or anything like that, please don't hesitate to ask. So today we're going to be going through the elite backtesters and what elite backtesters are. Vlad's then going to go through the submissions for the week. So you'll he goes through all of the charts and the backtesting results of all of the backtests. I think there's about 25. Is that right, Vlad, if I remember rightly?
28, if I'm right.
28. Good week. Fantastic week. Then we're going to be connecting these beasts to bots. I'm going to show you the new feature, which is on DaviddTech.com, which allows you to connect them directly to your exchange. Going to be adding exchanges one by one as we go along, obviously starting with things like Bybit, as most of our customers are using Bybit. But it's making things easier so you don't have to import everything over to TradingView, although it is still my suggested solution, but I'll go through that afterwards anyway. Future updates, and then some questions and answers if you guys have got any questions and answers. But like I said, at any point, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the chat at the side. We've also got some crypto giveaways as well. If you guys, if we manage to get up to 40 likes and for questions and things like that, we'll do a random giveaway at the end. Okay, right. So what are the elite backtesters? The elite backtesters is a subgroup of DaviddTech. It's completely open for anybody to join. You literally have to fill out a form as part of a DaviddTech member, and you can become part of the elite backtesters recruits. It's power of collaboration, so we're all working together to try and find the best possible settings for mainly crypto projects at the moment, but we're actually trying to reach out into Forex and things like that as we speak. I'm trying to put the sites together so that we can actually backtest and forward test for things like prop firms and all of that kind of thing, prop firm challenges and Forex and all of that. So these are the kind of results that we're getting whilst collaborating together to find the best settings. As you can see, the equity curve look absolutely fantastic on all of these here. But we're not only backtesting, we are also forward testing, which means that we're trading these on real markets. So we're actually trading some of them on real markets, continuing to watch them and journaling them, into a database so you can see how the trading strategy actually performs on real time. And the real reason that we're doing that is because forward testing is the only way really to test a trading strategy. Historical data, it stays historical. In the past, you could actually overfit these trading strategies to the data that's in the past. And then when it comes to the future, just like this, as you can see, that blue line there is where we stop back testing. And then it come into real-time data, it started falling apart. Doesn't mean that this trading strategy should be thrown away. We just leave it to continue forward testing to see how well it goes. Hi, Jason. How you going, mate? Nice to see you. So anyway, our aim to picture this, we're currently around 100 members working together, and we have today, as Vlad said, today I think there's 45 setups already submitted for this month. We have over 200 setups inside the database forward testing. Some of them have been already removed because the bad results on live trading. So there's like 200 in there at the moment, still going through forward testing that you can see directly on DaviddTech, DaviddTech.com. So imagine that we're now 500 people optimizing all together as a group, and the power of collaboration, a collaborative powerhouse working together to try and find the best settings. Now, obviously, you don't want to be doing this manually. We have made the tools like the Optimiser that allows us to just leave in the background the browser open. Now, I've gone through and done courses on this, but you leave your browser open and the Optimiser actually optimizes the trading strategies. And by submitting your settings to the group, you get access to everybody else's settings. And as you can imagine, I mean, your one setting becomes like a gem for the group, but you also get access to those 200 other settings. So as I said, active participation is what I just explained. We all share, but we also have an Elite Plus membership where you can participate financially to the group, and by buying a membership of the Elite Plus, and that money actually goes towards giving prizes and things like that. We do, I'll show you in a minute, a large prize pool, which is getting larger and larger every month, to give back to the members that actually spend time optimizing. So what do you get? You get access to exclusive community access, where like I just said, you get access to all those 200 setups and things like that. Not only things like that, you get forward testing, you get access to bots and all the wonderful things of DaviddTech. But not only do you get access to that, you get access to that prize pool that I was talking about earlier. If you've submitted your settings, we're giving away prizes every month, and so far that prize pool has actually increased up to, we've given away so far a little bit more than $20,000. Each month is we do a monthly prize, which is $1,500. That is increasing every month. We started off at 700, and we're now at 1,500. I should imagine this month will be even more than $1,500. We also do a quarterly prize, which I think, actually, I forgot to put it in the slides. We do a quarterly prize, which was 2K last quarter. Hopefully, it will be doubled for this quarter as well. So if your settings are considered one of the top 10, you'll get part of that prize. So come join the movement. Vlad's going to go through all of the best settings this month. These settings are put into a pool where they start forward testing from whenever you submit, and they're released on the first Tuesday of every month. If we go over to the website, you can see, I think there's 45 that are already in incubation, which are waiting to be released at the beginning of the month. So that was pretty much it from me. Thank you very much for listening. Over to Vlad, who's going to be going through all of the charts. Over to you, Vlad.
Hey guys, thank you very much, David, for the introduction and also speaking so nicely about the community project that we started with the help of the community, of course.
Yes.
Hello guys, Vlad here, your fellow Romanian community manager here. Just really quickly, I'm going to jump into my presentation. There you go, it should be perfect. So nothing really much to talk about, nothing new, just a new set of, which would be the third set of new settings for April. I'm going to jump pretty quickly into those. So without further ado, let's get straight to my screen, which is this one. Awesome, amazing. Let me just go here. Okay, right. So the first summit, which is an inactive one, so far no trade since it was submitted to me. It's on Bitcoin on 1 hour. The Coral channels, which is one of our newest strategies, I believe it was released like 1 week or something ago. I did see some talks about it, some charts about it, so it's getting popular, which is amazing if you ask me. Overall, the net profit is 425%, which is great. 150 trades. It's a manageable amount. Should have been a little bit higher considering it's a 1 hour strategy, but you know how I say it. If it works, guys. If we also have like maybe 10 trades, if it proves to be reliable over time, who cares, right? The win rate is 57%, which is great also. Considering that amount, you should definitely expect one extra win here and there on the ratio of 1 win and 1 loss. If we have a 50% win rate, that basically means we are basically running around 1 win and 1 loss, 2 wins, 2 losses, and so on. So having anything extra than 50%, that means 1 extra win here and there. A profit factor of 1.48. If you're into that, me personally, I stick to the equity curve, I stick to the net profit, the total close trades, and of course the win rate. The win rate really helps me to prove over time if the strategy is overfitted, if that meets the expectations. So for example, through the incubation, if my win rate is maybe 60%, let's just say for the fact of the power of the example, if my win rate goes to maybe 30 or something like that, or maybe even lower through the live testing, that probably means my strategy is overfitted. Overfitted means my trades were basically cherry picked, or they might never actually happen again, or maybe the data just doesn't match anymore to my set of settings, and basically you might not ever again get to that backtester results, let's just say, ever again. That doesn't mean it has to be like a golden rule. It's just a really great tool that should help you through incubation of very small periods, like for example 1 month, 2 months. I know people that are incubating for months and months just to get enough data for like sharp ratios and Sortino ratios and so on. For me personally, if for example the incubation period has a win rate of 70%, if my live testing period of, let's just say, 6 or 7 trades stick to somewhere in that neighborhood of win rate, that basically means it could be a good to go for live testing as well. And getting back to the chart, maximum drawdown of 25.5%. We can also check the performance table, which I like to call it over here on my right of my screen. and some more data on my left of the screen. Right, jumping into the next one, which is again on Bitcoin, this time on 2 hours. One of our most popular and most profitable strategies, the TrendView, which is an amazing indicator and also made possible with the help of David, of course, as a strategy. A net profit of 821%, which is amazing. Total close trades 265, which is amazing. Considering the fact that we have multiple take profits, guys, you should really be careful because that's a platform limitation. So it's more like total closed trades, but not really trades, but profits. So for example, if we have a two times take profit or maybe 3 times take profit, that probably means that my total closed trades, so overall opens, I should better call them, are maybe in the neighborhood of 100, 150, somewhere in that neighborhood. A win rate, which is the percentage profitable, of 67%, which is great. So we are in the neighborhood of 2 wins and 1 loss, which is great. Many people do enjoy a strategy which has more than 50, more than 60% win rate. So they are very interested in having as most wins as possible. You can definitely build an algorithm of leverage as well if you have proper win rate. Your scale, your portfolio also would scale like crazy with the help of compounding. Also, that can be applied as well for a strategy of like, I don't know, 20% win rate. It's just a matter of the relationship between the profits and of course the win rate. That's a table, I believe, which is inside our Discord, where you can see that even if your strategy is, for example, 50% of the times are winners, so the win rate is 50%, taking under consideration also the exchange fees, it's not really enough to have a profit factor of just 1. So for example, I'm winning 1%, I'm losing 1%, and the win rate is 50%. Overall, because of the fees, in the end, you will see that your equity curve would just go down just because of the fees that are adding up. So maybe it's better to have maybe like a 55 or 60% win rate when you're dealing to a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You can calculate that with a calculator that we have inside of the community. You just have to type in the exchange fees, the win rate. If you have something like a ATR based win rate and stop loss, you can have inside the TradingView, I believe, in the trading panel or somewhere, or maybe in the no, I believe in the performance summary. That's right. You do have the average sort of trade, which you can put that into the calculator, and it will basically tell you what can you expect in the future. Right. So that's pretty much it with this strategy as well. Just getting back shortly to it, the maximum drawdown of just 28.9%. Considering that's 800 plus percentage profit, you can definitely decrease that, including the maximum drawdown as well. Or maybe if you'd like to go a little bit crazier, I should say. For me personally, 20% maximum drawdown, that's very good. So definitely can go maybe 30, 40, even 50, depending on your style as a trader. Of course, you can definitely see a change in the net profit as well. Right, jumping on to the next one, which is an active one, an active strategy. Active means it had trades in a good way. So maybe, for example, the win rate is maybe 48%, like in the case over here. So maybe there were like 2 trades or maybe 3 trades, and the win rate pretty much matches the live testing period, like from the period it was submitted to me all the way till the review date. So if I believe correctly, it was submitted to me around this period. Over here, if you can see my mouse on 20th of April. So we had just 1 loss and 1 win over here. The win rate is 48%. So definitely in the neighborhood of 50, let's say, win rate. Also, the win was definitely larger than a loss. Over here, the loss was a protected loss by the moving average, which is great. Another great feature in the boilerplate of DaviddTech strategies. Thank you very much, David, for making all these possible. And yeah, getting back to the strategy, it's on Bitcoin, 15 minutes. TrendView, the most popular indicator that we have, 80% win rate, 174 trades, which is great considering it's a 15-minute strategy. Win rate 48%. That's great. Again, it really depends on the style of the trader that you are. It definitely needs to meet your expectations. So maybe in the end, you're going to maybe, I don't know, get into like 4 losses in a row. But in the end, with time, you're going to also get 5 wins in a row whenever you're getting to that sort of 1 win, 1 loss. And then again, it catches up to the win rate. If, of course, the strategy is not overfitted, taking under the fact that this strategy was, I believe, incubated for like 1 week, like 6 days or something like that, and it already had like 1 win and 1 loss, it's definitely on the good road, I should imagine. And the maximum drawdown of just 5.7, let's say, percent. You can definitely go a little bit higher and, of course, win a little bit of profit as well. On to the next one. On Bitcoin, on 1 hour, the dead zone, one of our most profitable and most reliable and most popular strategy, which was pretty much dethroned by Trendwho, by McGinley. Again, it's very popular. I always have like maybe 1 or 2 setups every week about the dead zone, so it's still profitable and again still very, very popular. The net profit of 643%. Total close trades 58, a little bit low, but again, if it works, it works. We can see the performance over time. It's maybe like 2 years, 1 year, something like 2 years or something like that. So having like 50 trades over 2 years, maybe like 1 trade a week, maybe even less, something like that. Again, it really depends on the type of the trader that you are. You maybe would like some more higher frequency strategies. Maybe you don't want that and just want maybe something that beats the buy and hold ratio, which if we were to just check over here, it definitely exceeds that 100%, maybe 200 or 300% over that. So yeah, that's good if you were to ask me.
Yep. And
Win rate,
diversification.
exactly. Yeah, if you have maybe under your portfolio, maybe the buy and hold, maybe you can definitely choose a strategy which pretty much beats the buy and hold ratio, but maybe it's very idle. Maybe has a trade maybe a month, or maybe
Yeah.
we can see over here in January, maybe the last December, it basically didn't have any trade. So yeah, again, like David said, the diversification is king, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, getting back to it, a maximum drawdown of just 11.6%. On to the next one, which is the MACD liquidity spectrum, one of our most recent strategies as well. I believe it was released like maybe less
Last
than
week.
a month ago.
Yeah.
Right, on Bitcoin on 1 hour, the net profit is 248%. Total close trades 80, a little low, but again, if it works, it works, right, guys? And the win rate of 62%, very close to the factor of having 2 wins and 1 loss overall, which is very important for some people. And the maximum drawdown of 16.2%. On to the next one, which is an altcoin, which I think I never heard of it, STX. Hopefully, it's very familiar to you guys.
I made
Yeah,
a
there you go,
fortune with that
David.
one. I invested in that very, very early. A good one.
Awesome. Great to hear that. So, on this one, on 45 minutes, this strategy, I believe, requires and it's actually very possible to have a lot of room for improvement. One very important aspect of the elite backtesters community is that you can also get access to the charts. So you can basically have access to the window that I'm actually showing to you guys. You can definitely improve them, and you can also submit them back. Don't forget to actually leave credit towards the original users because it's fair. Let's just say let's keep the game fair, right? Total close trades of 670, which is amazing. There is definitely a lot of room of improvement. Equity curve overall looks great. I mean, maybe since like last 100 trades, it was not so great, but still there is a lot of improvement. You can definitely filter out by maybe half and still get maybe an even lesser of a drawdown, maybe double up the profit as well. Maybe the win rate can also be improved. If not, at least 82%, it's straight up amazing. So without fear, definitely try to spend a little bit of time. That's a message for the elite backtesters. And a maximum drawdown of just 11.8%. Looking good so far. On to the next one on Solana. What a great ride for the Solana recently, right? On 30 minutes, we do have the stiff trend again, one of our newest strategies. Net profit 146%, 130 total close trades on a 30 minutes. That's a little less below average, but still, if it works, right? The win rate is 34%, so definitely you are expecting something like a win and 2 losses overall. But since we're winning, like for example over here, right, we have the stop loss, we have maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times the size of the loss. So you're still getting a profitable equity curve overall, which is amazing. And the maximum drawdown of 27%. On to the next one on Bitcoin, 30 minutes, 90% net profit, 78 trades so far. I do see the single day profit, which is great, so that's realistic. And the win rate of 53%, so more here and there by 1 win and 1 loss. And finally, the maximum drawdown of below 15%. You can definitely increase that if you are into more profit, or maybe decrease that, but you're going to also risk a little bit of profit as well. On to the next one, AVAX Avalanche. I heard of this one. 45 minutes. Trend hoop, one of our most popular strategies. I'll tell you guys, it's maybe the first one or maybe the second, depending on how good the McGinley also is, depending on the period, I suppose. And the net profit is 228%, which is great. 190 total close trades, which is fairly good for a 45-minute strategies. Maybe should have seen more than 200, but still it's like 10, maybe less than 10%, maybe like 5% less than expected. So it's still within the margin of error. The win rate is 76%, which is great, more than 2 wins and 1 loss overall expected. Unfortunately, which is not really unfortunate, but still it's multiple take profits. So maybe the total close trades, like overall total trades, maybe in the neighborhood of like 120, something like that. And a maximum drawdown of below 20, 19%. Let me also check if there is any question within the chat.
You have some nice
Yes.
comments for you, Vlad.
Oh, thank you very much. On the binary options, that's one for David, I suppose, because me personally,
Yeah,
I
the
never
binary
traded. I'm
options.
not really into up or down, to be honest.
Yeah, the binary options, unfortunately, I kept getting banned. There is no real API access, well, that I could find websites that have API access for us to be able to trade them. I built a kind of a bot, but the problem was that I personally couldn't find a website that I was allowed to trade in this part of Europe, so it's very hard for me to develop. I still will look into it in the future, but we had to obviously prioritize the working on the elite backtesters at the moment, but I'll look back into it very shortly.
Awesome. Great. Getting back to it. Maximum drawdown of just 19%. Looking good. On to the next one on Bitcoin. Long live Bitcoin, right? On Stiff Trend, the new one of our newest strategies as well, released within this month. Net profit of just about 1,000%, 954%. Total close trades a little low, 66. Definitely should have like maybe double that amount. We're considering it's a 30-minute strategies, but again, as somebody else said in the chat, right? If it works, it works. And a win rate of 57%, which is great. It's over 50 overall. I do tend to generally pick strategies, or at least not pick them, because if I were to pick, I would also consider 99% the equity curve. But whenever I'm creating algorithms, like whenever I'm trying to optimize a strategy, I do tend to go like maybe, okay, the win rate is below 50. Let's just see how the net profit goes if I'm trying to increase that to at least 50%. So I will know overall that I'm aiming for like 1 win and 1 loss. But yeah, again, it's very subjective. You can definitely increase a portfolio with just 5% win rate. If, like, for example, when you're winning like 21 or 22 times the actual loss. So yeah, sky is the limit, right? Maximum drawdown of 35%. What about you, David? Are you aiming for a win rate whenever you're optimizing, or not really?
Not as much as I used to. Obviously, like you said, I have rules in place for checking for overfitting and things like that. I prefer personally a trading strategy with a much smaller loss, stop loss. So I'll maybe lose a couple of times in a row, but the stop losses are very small and aiming for a little bit of a higher risk to reward. That's personally my preference. But like we said earlier, I tried to diversify. I tried to also have strategies that have higher win rates and looking at things like somebody said earlier, the grid bots and things like that to try and increase my diversification.
Yeah, I believe it's worth mentioning Johnny Crypto, Johnny ABC. Huge shout out to him. It was him that basically opened my eyes regarding strategies with lower win rates. Like he mentioned,
Sure.
like he has maybe like a 10% win rate. However, if an ABC, like a huge ABC happens, he wins like maybe 20 or maybe 30 times the stop loss. So who cares in
Yes.
the
Yeah.
end? Huge shout out to Johnny ABC, Johnny Crypto for you
Yeah,
guys.
that's kind of outside of much. 10%, 10% of my strategy only winning is too far from me. I still prefer around the 40 to 50 because you have the
Mm.
psychology, have to have the psychology to be able to put up with all of those losses, even though they are small. Not turning off a strategy when you get 10 losses in a row is very, very hard. So yeah, definitely a big shout out to him.
Yeah, I mean, imagine even with strategies like, for example, here, 80% win rate. Sometimes you
Yeah,
get in the fact of like 5 wins, 5 losses in a row. Imagine like having to expect like maybe 10 losses in a row, but
yeah,
actually the event of maximum drawdown happens again because it's probabilities, right? It's
yeah. It
probabilities.
happened.
It could happen again, like having
Sure.
20 losses in a row. Like that would be a little bit mentally challenging for me at least, right?
Yeah, totally, without a doubt, without a doubt. It happens, unfortunately. It happens in all trading strategies, but you just have to, yeah, to be able to not press that button to stop the bot, even though you know that this trading strategy is going to have lots of losses in a row. It's just too hard for me, too hard.
Mhm. Right. Back into it. The PHB USDT, never heard of this one actually, guys. Sorry. On Mission, one of our oldest strategies, which was, of course, updated towards the newest standards, the V5. I believe it was released like more than a year ago, maybe 2 years or something like that,
Yeah, that's right.
if I'm correct. Net profit 51%, total close trades 33, very low amount. However, you know how the sales goes. Win rate 81%, which is great, and the maximum drawdown of just 9%. You can definitely expect these kind of strategies to be, for example, overfitted, considering you have such a large available data. And yeah, you're just cherry picking 33 trades, which are not really 33 just because you have also multiple take profits. So overall, there are maybe like 15, 20 total trades. Setting my expectations a little low. So, for example, if the strategy was not overfitted and would just continue to be like that, you can definitely build up some amazing algo regarding leverage and percentage use of the account. However, just put that to incubation, guys. Take it with a little bit of salt. See how it goes, maybe in a month, considering it's such a low frequency strategy, and then you can considering after that building up an algo on how to trade this strategy. Right. On to the next one on Gala against the USDT, 45 minutes. The McGinley, maybe the second or maybe even the best strategy that we have so far inside of the community. The most popular, maybe, the very best, maybe also. Net profit 650%. Total close trades an amazing number 286. Definitely amazing. You definitely try to filter out a little bit these periods. Like for example, from here all the way till here, maybe something happened. Maybe the Bitcoin price had maybe a hike towards the downside. Maybe some indicator on a higher time frame did show you something in that neighborhood of like 1 year or something ago. You can see also maybe April last year or something like that, and try out to filter a little bit. It would definitely help you also with the maximum drawdown, considering it's a 61% win rate strategy and a maximum drawdown of 27%. Halfway through, which is great. Next one on Bitcoin, 2 hours. Crazy amount of wins. I believe this strategy was maybe optimized around a maximum drawdown of 70%, which is huge, I know. However, if you have maybe like a challenge account of maybe $10 and the maximum drawdown would be something like getting to that $3 if the maximum drawdown were to happen immediately as you go live, and you're also risking of having like 597 million percentage net profit. Maybe it's worth losing around $10 a drink, pretty much, in the center of, I don't know, London or wherever you guys are from. So maybe not even like a drink, I don't know. Within these periods we do see increased prices of everything everywhere. So yeah, maybe it could be like a challenge, having like 1 million or maybe 500 million percentage strategies with like a crazy amount of drawdown. Just throw $10 at it and see how it goes in a year, right? But yeah, let's just get with the hands like and feet over the ground, and let's continue. Total closed trades 274. I do see single take profits, which is great. The second greatest thing so far. And yeah, a win rate of just below 50%, and of course the maximum drawdown of 70%. You can also see the performance tab over here. And yeah, not going to talk more about the strategy. Just I would say just good luck if you guys want to try that out. Right, on to the next one, a strategy to play with, definitely not to trade with. And it's on Ethereum, 45 minutes. Trendhu, one of our most popular strategies, no doubt. Net profit 34%, 1,823 total closed trades, which is great. Definitely have a huge room of improvement. You can basically cut like 1,000 trades. You can definitely improve the maximum drawdown of 11.4% as well. Net profit factor on 1.3 definitely could be improved. Win rate crazy 86%. So yeah, just it's a tool. I imagine a toy. I would call this strategy. Definitely maybe reduced by half, by maybe 3 times the large total close trades. Considering it's I do see multiple take profits, so maybe it's like 1,100, 1,400 total actual close trades. So yeah, definitely a huge room for improvement. Right, on to the next one on Wave. 45 minutes, Precision Trade Matrix, one of our newest strategies, 234%, more realistic this time, more familiar value, I should imagine. Total close trades, amazing, 580, which is great. I do see also multiple take profits, so maybe in the neighborhood of like 300 actual opens, I should imagine, and the win rate of 81%. Maximum drawdown is also good, 17.5%. On to the next one on Solana, again, Michonne, which is great to see strategies like that popping up here and there. I mean, like that. But by like that, I mean pretty old, I should imagine. Old doesn't mean bad at all. It's just maybe they're not very popular anymore, and the newest findings are a little bit better. And we can see over here, it's on Solana, 1 hour. 79% net profit, win rate of 72%, and the maximum drawdown of 15%. If this strategy proves to be reliable over time, it's not to be ignored, I should imagine. On to the next one on Ethereum, 1 hour, Precision Trend Mastery. Again, another very good looking one, 4,210 percentage net profit, total close trades 321, win rate is 37, so definitely in the neighborhood of 1 win and 2 losses. However, when you're actually winning, you are winning at least double the amount of the stop loss, and the maximum drawdown of 45%, a little higher. Maybe the user that has optimized that maybe has optimized it around the maximum drawdown of 45% for some reason. Maybe that's like his maximum that he's willing to risk. Definitely you can reduce that by half, but you're going to also lose a little bit of profit as well. On to the next one. On 30 minutes run, one of our most popular strategies at some point, the Heikinashi LSCMA, which is great to see these strategies coming up again as popular. 324% net profit, total close trades 232. I do see singular take profits, which is great. 61% win rate, which is great. Definitely in the neighborhood of 1 win and 1 loss, but here and there some extra win, which is great. And the maximum drawdown of 15.8%. Let's just quickly check if there are any other questions. I do see some kind of a promotion. David, if you can deal with that. Popping up and back. Oh, Stephen, hello, how are you? But the leverage isn't calculated in the drawdown, or it is. Leverage is applied to the maximum drawdown as well. So, for example, if we were to have just one loss with 1%, let's say, if we apply like a 10x leverage and no fees at all, the maximum drawdown would be minus 10%. So, in 1% times 10. That's the easiest easiest example I could come up with, so you could understand. Right. On to the next one. Is it the same? No, and it's not actually the same. Not a mistake by me. On the run, 30 minutes. Trendhu, again, most popular, I believe, strategy so far. 172% net profit. Total close trades 151, which is great. 60% win rate and a maximum drawdown of below 30%. You can definitely work a little bit around that as well. Getting really close to the end, guys. You have to wait a little bit for me to finish, and I'll give my mic back to David. Next one on Bonk, 1,000 units of Bonk against the USDT on 1 hour. MACD liquidity spectrum, 480% net profit, 138 total close trades. I do see single day profits, which is great. 52% win rate, awesome, and a maximum drawdown of 30%. You can definitely reduce that, but you're going to also risk a little bit of profit as well. Onto the finish line with Gala on 30 minutes. Vector candles, a strategy that was very, very popular. It also had some group around it, like 4 or 5 people were very into the aspect of trading the vector candles, which is great to have some people which actually like the whole concept of the strategy. And the net profit of 50%, total close trade 64, win rate is looking good, 74, very close to it, 74%, and the maximum drawdown of just 8.5%, rounded up. And the last one for today, on again vector candles. Very happy to see these strategies coming back here and there on 1 hour.
Big shout out to Ollie.
Yeah, exactly. Ollie was. I was trying to remember the name of the user who pretty much opened our eyes around the vector candles. At least for me, I never heard of them until Ollie came around the community.
And Traders Reality. Here's the one that YouTube channel, and then obviously there was Ollie that was spent a lot of time doing it for us.
Awesome, great, huge shout out to him. So we have 71% net profit, 78% win rate, and the maximum drawdown of 21%. So far, so good with the submissions. I'm pretty much at the end with them. I'm going to jump quickly onto my presentation and do a short ending, I suppose, for the elite backtesters, in case somebody here is new and doesn't have like any idea what I'm basically talking about so far. So jumping back to my presentation quickly. Right, April new settings, just talked about that. Introduction for newcomers. So what's the elite backtesters? It's a group started by the community for the community. We optimize DaviddTech strategies together, and not only with the help of Botify. You can basically load some indicators and you can create based on some rules inside the boilerplate strategies. 95% of the times, I should imagine it's possible without code. There are some indicators which don't have like maybe strict entries and exits, and you are required to have a little bit of coding knowledge so you can build, like David calls, a heartbeat. Maybe David can cover a little bit of that as well later. All settings stay inside the group, so your work is protected, and the monthly and quarterly prizes for the best members, the best elites. Here is how the database looks so far. So it's pretty much looking like bots. You can select them, trade them, and so on. Our goal within one sentence would be to have one script being optimized on 5 time frames by 100 people who spend together 270 hours. That should sum up a total amount of 100 million possible great setups. Why waste time? Join now. You get exclusive access to this project and the prize pool of more than $1,000. I believe David said it's more than like 1,500 so far, and the total pool was until now like 20K, which is amazing. A huge shout out to the Elite Plus members who support the community and also the VIP members with cash. Thank you very much, guys. It wouldn't be possible without you. Next week, we're going to talk about the second last set of April settings, and then the week after, we are going to take a look at the last set of April settings, and we are going to release the April bots, April settings for everybody, and also the refresh of Elite backtesters. Thank you very much for listening to me. Now back to you, David.
Thanks, Fred. Great to see so many people submitting results to us. Well done to the elite backtesters. We had a couple of questions. Just like to add very quickly, there was a couple of questions from previous streams that I'd like to go through. Things like why Vlad doesn't use the deep backtesting. The reason that we don't is because it takes us way too much time to prepare on the deep backtesting before coming and doing this live every week. But we do deep backtest. You can find them on the website. Everything's live and transparent on the website, so you can see it. DaviddTech.com, sorry, where you'll be able to see all of the live backtesting and deep backtesting. Somebody asked, have we got any Renko strategies? Unfortunately, the way that TradingView works for the alerts doesn't allow us to actually trade Renko or high Kanashi candles very well. So we've sort of steered away from it just so that we don't, sorry, Vlad and everybody have gone, it's just me. So we don't do anything that's outside of the sort of standard candles at the moment. When it works from Vlad. Thank you very much, Vlad, for everything you've done, mate. I'm going to put you back on the screen. Don't want to sit here by myself. I mean, how do we get you all guys back on the screen? There you are. Much better. We're a team. So
we're back.
Yeah. Thanks, Vlad. That was absolutely brilliant. So my job now is to go through the website and show you how things work and how to connect these things to bots. It's a new feature that we've added recently. It still is very much the minimum at the moment, and we're going to be releasing features throughout the week and all the way up till next Tuesday, where I'll go through again the new features that we're adding. So first thing I'm going to do is move myself over here where I won't be able to look at you guys anymore. So excuse me if I'm not looking at the camera. But right, let me share my screen over here very quickly. So we're going to share the screen over here. Hopefully now that will bring up, there we go. They worked in one go. Fantastic, guys. Right. So this is the website, David.Tech. So the idea behind David.Tech is that it is actually transparently backtesting and forward testing all of these trading strategies, not only the ones that you've seen today, but for the past, I think it's about 6 months, we've been building strategies with all of the elite backtesters. You can go onto the website, you'll be able to see it. You don't even have to register to be able to see some of these results. You can click on any of the trading strategies and see how well they're performing on backtesting. So this is the backtesting results here. So this is how we optimized and made the backtestings look great. Look great. We just found the indicators as a group, and one of the members, this one here was Henrik's, a member of the elite backtesters, found this setup here. And then we've put it into a database using TradingView. And you can see by sliding this back here that when we started the backtest, we had 245 closed trades. And today we would have had actually 279 trades. This is the equity curve, how it looks today. It was the last trade would have been on the 20th. So about 3 days ago. You'll be able to see all the trades. You'll be able to see the equity curve. I've put everything from TradingView, so all of the screenshots you'll be able to see. If there's any more, there'll be more here, as you can see here. They're all put in there from TradingView. All the data is taken from TradingView, so there's no like trust issues or anything like that. You can see performance, how it's going, how the trading strategy is performing. And the best thing is if you're an Elite Backtest or an Elite Plus, you can actually go over here and download the actual chart by clicking Copy Chart. That will open a TradingView chart. There's a little button on the TradingView chart here where you can press Copy, and you'll be able to copy that over to your TradingView and set it up, backtest it, change the size of positions and all of that wonderful thing. This is the preferred method for me. We have Trigger Trade, which allows you to trade this and connect it to bots, which I'm not going to go through today, but it means you have full power over the trading strategy itself. Just through the alerts, you can make it better, you can make it worse, you can do whatever you want, make the risk to reward different to, for instance, as we were talking about earlier, maybe play around with the risk to reward, excuse me guys, play around with the risk to reward to make it adapt better to you. If you're a win rate trader and prefer a higher win rate, you can play around with the settings to make it better or not. But what we've added also is a copy bot. If you don't want to go through all of that, totally understand, not everybody's got enough time, but you can actually copy this trading strategy by just clicking copy button over here. So CopyBot allows you to copy the trading strategy as it is without having to go through the headache of actually setting it up or anything like that. It literally opens our trading view, connects it, and literally copies the signals over to your exchange. So as of today, you'll be able to connect this directly over to Bybit. We have other exchanges being added. So the first thing that you need to do is go over to here and click Exchanges over here. And you'll be adding the exchange, your exchange. So we're going to be adding all of these exchanges. They all work. We're just going through one by one to make sure that this is a new system, making sure that there's no bugs or anything like that. So we do have Bybit, OKX, 2bit for anybody that's not in a KYC zone or whatever. We have 2bit. We have BingX, Binance, BitGet, and CoinW. These are all very much thanks to William, who is here on the corner, who's been building the APIs, and the man with the fireworks in the background there. He's been building the API connectors for all of these, which has taken long time. It's been a lot of hard work. Every single one of these has completely different names and things like that. So huge shout out to the master of APIs, Mr. William, over in the corner over there. Congratulations, William. It's going well. We need to we need to get all of these up and running. Currently today it is Bybit only. So if you want faster, quicker connections, as it says here, cheaper fees and all of that kind of thing, you can find the links to each and every one of them below. We've negotiated with most of them. I think we haven't really negotiated with BingX. Each and every one of them has their own fees, but they have reductions on fees and things like that if you want to add those. So back over to here. First thing you need to do is obviously do the two-factor 2FA. It's important because security is important. I would also do things like setting up, understand risk management, and set up things like sub-accounts, because you don't want websites like 3commas or anything like that to have access to your full amount. Set up sub-accounts. It takes 5 minutes. Set up 2FA. I'm not going to like rant or anything, but do set up 2FA. Even what's his name from Cole, whatever his name is, Powerful got hacked. So on Twitter. So do set yourselves up 2FA. It's important. It stops things going wrong. So first thing you're going to do is go over to here and click Connect Exchange. Then you're going to go over to Bybit. Now, I had Bybit open on a screen somewhere here, but it's actually closed. So I'm going to go over onto my other screen over here, just 2 seconds. Bybit. And I'm going to open my sub account because I am a good boy and have sub accounts as well. If it's kindly still logged in, that would be even nicer. There we go. Wonderful. Right. So I'm going to go over to Bybit. So we're going to be connecting a trading strategy, any trading strategy today, over to Bybit. I'm going to close all of that. We're going to go over to here and we're going to click APIs over here. Now, this is where we're going to need to set also up 2FA on Bybit. So I'm just going to do an example today very quickly. We're going to go down and we're going to go and click create a new key. We're going to click create a new key. We're going to be system generated API keys. We're going to use this as an API transaction here and give it a name. This is going to be test live stream, so I can delete it afterwards. Live stream, and that's not how you spell stream. And we're going to be using read and write. Now, when you've clicked there, you also get a pop-up that allows you to restrict it to the IP address. This is also important. It's another layer of protection. So there's plenty of layers of protection from A to Z here. So do use all of them. So you copy this IP address and you restrict the IP address over on here. So we're going to use only IPs there like this. And it's going to restrict it only to our server. I'm going to close this window up here. This is restricting it only to our server, allowing only our server to make the calls. So if you do accidentally share it with anybody else or anything like that, it does mean that only it can go through our server to make those orders. We encrypted everything. So yeah, so we're going to click on what we need as permissions. We don't need to actually do anything like transfers or sub-account transfers or exchange history. Exchange history if you want to see how the bot is trading, but other than that, this is all we need here is the orders, positions, and things like that. So I'm going to press submit. That's going to ask for my 2FA, which I'm not going to do today. I'm just going to leave it and pretend that it pops up with my 2FA, and I'm going to go and then copy what is on the screen. On the screen, it will give you an API key. So this one here, and an API secret. You give your wallet a name. Click on add exchange. Now, if everything goes all right and you have done everything correctly, it will pop up with you have added your exchange, and this page will refresh and add it very much like this one here. If it doesn't recognize the API key, or there's a problem or with permissions or anything like that, it will come up and say there's a problem. You can't add this API key to DaviddTech. Either refer to the documentation, which you can find up here. Come back to this live stream and watch it again. Yeah, it'll verify everything just to make sure that everything's right. So as you can see, I now have my first exchange added here. I'm going to go over to bots over here and add bots. And I'm going to have a very quick glass of water because I speak a lot.
Stay hydrated.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Right. So now we have our exchange connected to DaviddTech. We're going to go down and we're going to choose. Congratulations very quickly, guys. There is 48 new setups ready to be released in 13 days, just as a side note. We can go here. We can filter out the best trading strategies, ones that look interesting to you. I'm just going to choose any old one here for me today. I'm going to click this one here. This one just here, like GDODA indicator. The backtesting results look pretty good to me. Each month seems to be quite good as long as I'm diversifying and things like that. Not financial advice in the slightest, but that's how I do things. I'm going to go through. It looks what I'm looking. Yeah, it looks good. I'm going to click on the copy bot over here. And we're going to set up our first bot. Now, there is a couple of things. Like I said, we've only got Bybit at the moment. It's only single take profits at the moment, strategies that will be allowed to trade. The multiple take profits we are adding just currently at the moment. We're doing bit by bit just to make sure that everybody's happy and we're going forward in the right way. So now you can see that the strategy here is added. So we're good. We can give our bot a name. So bot 1. We're going to choose the exchange. So this was the exchange which we just added a second ago. You can add a new exchange or you can just choose your exchange. This here is important you get it right. So if you're using isolated margin or cross margin, make sure that you're using the right one. It will slow down your bot if it has to change every time. If your account is set to isolated margin, click isolated margin. If it's set to cross margin, click that one. It'll just make things a little bit faster for everybody. Well, for yourselves, just for yourself and your exchange. The bot has to change it every time it comes in. It's just going to make that entry a little bit slower. So you can choose whether to use the dynamic leverage or static leverage. Whether you want to use the dynamic leverage, that is the leverage that's set exactly in the trading strategy. So if you're using a trading strategy that sets multiple different levels of leverage, you can abide by that. If you prefer to stay at a lower risk strategy and go for like a 5x leverage, that's up to you. Remember that by changing it, you may not have the same rules as the trading strategy, so they may not be exactly the same. Yeah, that's it really. That's all I can say on that. Is the preference probably would be dynamic, but if something looks a little bit too risky to you, obviously set it to the right leverage level that makes you happy and you'll feel happy with your trading strategy. Then we go down and we can choose the size of our position. Now we either have a position of USDT or a percentage of portfolio. You can copy over these charts onto your own trading view so you can back test it before. If you want non-compounding and just want a $100 position for every single position that's made, you can put USDT in here. It does say here that based on trade on your exchange, these are all taken by we've calculated the best possible closest amount thanks to contracts, but things are calculated on contracts, so it'll be a calculation that is pretty close to the amount that you put in here. So if you want to put $100, it may be $101, it may be $99. We've also added safety, take profits, and stop loss, which means this is my personal preference. I like to have the take profit and stop loss put into the exchange. If you've got a trading strategy that has dynamic take profits and stop loss, you can put just a maximum one in there just in case. Or if you have a actual strategy that use fixed take profits and stop losses or whatever, or you just want something. Oh, my screen's gone. Okay. If you want something that's a little bit more, sorry, I'm just thinking of a way to properly put this. If you just want to put a stop loss in there, a safety stop loss into your exchange, just in case something doesn't go the way you want it to. This is from back in the days when we were building trading strategies on other API connectors and things like that. You never know what happens. I always prefer to have a fixed stop loss in my exchange, whether it's a bit lower than what I'm expecting on the actual strategy or something like that. It's in the exchange, it's there. It's for these days when you get those humongous wicks and TradingView alerts are not quick enough to get you out and things like that. This one will be a conditional set into this exchange and will get you out as quick as possible. So that is something you can also back test and things like that, but you can just add in there. This is a percentage, so let's say 4% and 4% stop loss. So it will allow you to add into the exchange a stop loss and a take profit of 4%. If you just want this, if you just want the stop loss, you just leave that one empty. If you just want to take profit, you just leave the stop loss empty. We click I agree to the terms and conditions, and I won't press the button here because otherwise I'm going to end up with this thing trading away in the background, and I'll forget about it because obviously I'm going to go away and just start coding again. But yeah, so I'm going to press click here to agree to terms and conditions. I'm going to press save settings. It's going to go away and set that bot up for us. The alert up onto our servers, ready for the actual trading for, well, the automatic trading setup, which is very much like this. As you can see, your bot is there. Literally is very, very simple at the moment. It tells you the bot is running. It's running and had no problems. If there's anything that you need to be aware of, like for instance, for example, you've deleted your API keys, this button will go orange here. If it's running without any problems, it stays green. It tells you what you're trading, where you're trading, and things like that. But I will increase this. I will make this better. You will be able to click on it in the future, and it will come up with a table and show you all of the trades that it's taken and the profit and loss and all of those kind of things. But I'm working on that at the moment. So that is how you can connect these bots over to your exchange easily without having to copy and paste them over to TradingView. Like I said, it makes things easier. I totally understand that everybody has limited time and don't want to spend hours optimizing and things like that. Want to get into it, But I still think the best, absolutely best way of doing things is to go over here, click on the chart. It takes an extra maybe half an hour per strategy. Click on the chart, press copy the chart, and then connect it over to your exchange directly from TradingView. It just means, like I said, that you're in complete control of everything. I'm all about trying to make things so that you're in control of everything as much as possible. But if you don't want to, it's there. Other than that, I have one other thing to show you, which is this thing here, which is the little hamburger menu there. That is to show you that it's multiple take profit. When it's multiple take profit, at the moment, we're still beta testing it. It comes up with CopyBot coming soon. We're still beta testing it because obviously your trading strategy won't be exactly the same as what's set in the actual original trading strategy. So for each and every one, I have to actually modify the position and things like that. So we're currently working on that. It will be released hopefully by the end of the week. Let me go back over here to my bots over here very quickly. You can expand this menu to make it a little bit bigger, guys, so you can see which one is which. I'm going to go back over to my bots here. So currently, no, not my bots, it was exchanges, sorry. So currently, as I said, we have Bybit, which you're allowed to add. When you open up the exchange menu here, you have only Bybit that's active at the moment. But in this week, beginning of next week, well, this week we'll start adding them. By the end of the mid next week, we should have all of these added so that you can actually add all of these exchanges. The code's ready. We're just literally testing them and releasing them one by one. So there you go. That's how you can add it. Thank you very much to all the elite backtesters for all the help. Congratulations to everybody. Yeah, really happy with the way that the website's going. And we need some fireworks from William. William's not on stage. There we go. Well done, Will. Congratulations for the APIs. Cool, guys. Right, so that's how you can add them. That's how you can see the backtesting results. Like I said, trying to be as transparent as possible. All of the strategies you can open, you can play around with the settings. We don't hide any settings. You can see what all of the indicators are. We have tools like the Optimiser up here that allow you to optimize and build your own trading strategy setups. Trying to be as absolutely transparent as possible as a community, as we always have from the very, very beginning. Impressive. Well done. Looks very nice. Thank you, Derek. Great. Can you submit multiple setups? Absolutely. You can set up and send as many as you like. The more the merrier. Definitely. And we've all set up leaderboards and things like that, so you win as many like entries to the Elite Plus if you submitted more than one. Yeah. When is this live? And as we come off of the live stream, I'll start opening the form so everybody can start playing around with it. Well, start adding their exchanges. Fantastic. Anybody got any question, guys? Because we're used to doing this on Discord. We do this normally once a week on Discord. We moved over to YouTube because it's a personal thing. There's just no way of fighting spam on Discord. YouTube is much better for us to be able to fight spam. We're able to remove people. Facebook is a nightmare. Discord and Telegram are a nightmare. So we're coming over to YouTube to try and sort of open to everybody so that they can, but we don't get the sort of questions by voice, unfortunately. Do you have any brokers that work in the US? Yes, 2bit works in the US. You can use 2bit. That is a no KYC.
I believe CoinW too.
CoinW works in the US. Yeah, those two work in the US. Yeah, things are getting much harder to obviously trade in the US, the UK, and all of that kind of thing. I think that 2bit has quite good, I know that 2bit has quite good fees. BingX has good fees. Bybit, obviously. CoinW has, I'm not sure of the CoinW fees. You need to have a look at them as well. No problem whatsoever. Great. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Thank you very much for everything everybody's put into building this platform. It really has been a collaboration together as a group. Thank you very much to Vlad and William for all the hours. I mean, we're up until like 3, 4 a.m. and Vlad even worse because he lives 2 hours above. Yeah, easy going. Easy going. Yeah, no, 3, 4 in the morning coding this thing to get it up and running for you guys. And thank you to you for participating all in the backtesting results. I think that we have William that was just come in. No, good. Okay.
No, I was going to say, we know that Vlad is 2 hours ahead of us, but we also know that he's playing his video games all night long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Double tasking.
Double tasking, yeah, multitasking, yeah.
Yeah, if you could think about this, if you could think about the second task instead of the first task, which is gaming.
Yeah, no, you're doing brilliant.
I don't know which is first. It really depends, you know. Yeah, so yeah, congratulations to everybody. It's great to see so many fantastic results. Let's put this back over here. This one here. This is Vlad. So if anybody's got any other questions, we'll quite happily. Any plans for supporting decentralized exchanges? Absolutely. We've got DYDX being integrated as we speak. It should be done within the next 2 weeks. Obviously, it's a completely different way of doing things than the centralized exchanges for us. Not code-wise, but more for you guys, it's going to be something a little bit more complicated to actually connect to the website. But we are doing it. We're moving forward to do that as well. There's DYDX. There was a couple of others as well. Apex, I think it was, that we were looking at as well, William.
Yep, also Apex. Only thing which is taken into account that we're trying to work around at the moment is with DYDX accounts, there's API secret keys, and there's also an extra layer of protection, which is called a start key. When you close your browser and relog back into your decentralized wallet, it changes. So we're trying to figure a way for working around that area for you guys, so that you don't end up missing any trades, etc. on that part.
Absolutely. And we have our wonderful graphic designer that can confirm that Vlad spends way too much time playing games.
Hiding around.
Yes, so there, guys, that was pretty much a rundown of the website. Like I said, it's all very much thanks to you guys. Other things that we can go through, if you're looking for any of the indicators that are inside of the trading strategies and just want to build yourself things, you have what Vlad said here, which is these are open source indicators. They're all completely free of charge. They also have the heartbeat integrated into them. So if you want to backtest them without having to code, you can open them inside TradingView, add them to your chart, and then add the DaviddTech Botify. And then it's just literally finding the heartbeat that corresponds to the trading indicator. And then it's like there's an algorithm inside Botify. I won't go too much into detail, but there's an algorithm inside of Botify. I've got my wrong screen showing, haven't I? Sorry, guys. There we go again. There we go. So you go up the top here, press free indicators, and all of these are free open source indicators. They have the heartbeat inside, as I said. So if you open Botify, there's like a kind of like a build it yourself sort of DIY system where you can go, right, okay, if Trendilio equals heartbeat equals 1, which means that it's in the green section, equals 1, take a long trade, and if it equals -1, take a short trade. They're all baked into the code, so you can so that you can easily trade those on the Botify, or you can just build your own sort of indicators yourself if you want, whatever you like. If you find something profitable, if you don't mind sharing it back with the community, it's always appreciated. Other than that, what else is there? We have our Discord there. You can connect to Discord. We have a load of like courses here, and I'm adding more of the courses this week. I'll be adding videos throughout the whole of the website so you can understand everything. If you want to talk to me, we have a live chat at the side here and come and ask questions about anything, or you can come into our Discord and ask questions. I'm pretty much on that all day. Because I've got it on my phone and everything. So if you have any questions about that, Are you going to open source the what data indicator? It's not my indicator, the what data indicator. It's the Lazy Bear one. I haven't done anything whatsoever. You're quite welcome to download that and use it. I think that it's in there. There's a link. I must have done a. Let me have a look. Squeeze it. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I haven't had enough time to upload all of them. They're all there, so I can see what you're saying. It's not clickable yet. I have said to a lot of people that I'm updating this. I added a couple this week as well. Takes a little bit of time. I'm updating this list. The grey ones I'm still uploading. Yeah, definitely. The Wadata indicator, like I said, is very much based on Lazy Bear's indicator. Or is it Lunesen Blue? Lazy Bear, I think it is. Indicator. All it has is different is that it has a modifiable. I can't remember what it was. It was modifiable. The explosion zone, and also has the heartbeat integrated. But I will add those as well. Everything will be open source, and you'll be able to add and play around with them. But there's still some magic behind the DaviddTech strategies that will allow you to. These are all the DaviddTech strategies for you to be able to add. And that's it, guys. I think that I've gone through everything. Dynamics explosion line. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Absolutely. That's the one that I added a little bit different to Lazy Bear. Okay, cool. Right. That's about it for me. Anybody else got anything that they need to add, Brad? William?
I'm fine.
Look forward to William adding the other exchanges. Good luck, Will. Thank you very much for joining us. I guess that's about it. We have nothing else to go through today, I believe. Don't forget, for random comments, I'm giving away 100 USDT on Fridays. All of that kind of good stuff. Thank you very much for joining us. We certainly couldn't have done the amazing job of the elite back testers without you guys. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. I keep looking at the wrong camera. Thank you very much to you guys. Thank you very much, Vlad. Thank you very much for William. Without further ado, take care, keep safe, keep trading, and I'll see you obviously on it's Wednesday. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye. And now I have to zoom out. Oh, William's got some fireworks going. Well done, Will. Bye, everybody. Take care. How do we put this on? Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.